Why are you always the cold open? Damn it. I'm not funny.
I just am weird.
It's fine. I just never say anything funny ever. Dear listener, today's going to be a good day, and here's why.
Because today, we give our thoughts on the controversial subject of bootlegs and maybe take some BuzzFeed quizzes. I'm Becca.
And I'm Eni, and this is Sincerely Us, a podcast for the casual musical theater fan.
So you guys may have noticed that we missed an episode 2 weeks ago. We have been having a lot of distribution errors with the program and the company that we distribute our podcast through.
It's really my fault. It's all my fault. See, if I had just listened when we started this, we wouldn't be having this issue. But now we are in the process of switching distribution companies or hosting companies. And it just we had a lot of lack of communication and miscommunication between the two companies. So we missed an episode, but we came back, had last week's episode, and now we're here recording this episode, which we haven't recorded since July. So, and
also we decided to do something more fun this time to get us back into it, because it's been such a stressful 2 weeks.
It really trying to figure it out. I've been losing my mind about it. But we're here and we are recording, and I'm super excited to be back.
Me too. All right. So one of the reasons that I wanted to tackle bootlegs is because it is such a controversial topic in the theater community, especially
light and fun and controversial. That's us.
Especially when you think about Lin-Manuel Miranda has very strong opinions on bootlegs.
Okay, y'all know that I believe that man walks on water, but he also grew up in New York, with the ability to go see Broadway shows whenever he wanted.
Yep.
And I do not live in New York. I don't live 2, 3, 4, not even 5 hours away from. I can't even get out of my state in 5 hours. I live very far away from New York City, and as much as I would love to throw money into the Broadway community and say, hey, send me a videotape copy of this show, they don't offer that.
Right.
So what am I supposed to do if I want to see a show like Be More Chill that's not going to go on tour, or King Kong that's not, I don't think is going on tour.
No. Luckily, The Promise, even though we're literally recording this August 11th, which is Death Day in Broadway this season.
Yeah, it's a sad day today. But what am I supposed to do if I want to see these shows and I can't afford to pay for an airplane ticket, a hotel, the actual ticket to see the show, et cetera, et cetera. And you kind of and then they don't offer any sort of way for someone who lives so far away to enjoy the show. They don't offer screenings at movies unless the show is a million years old.
Or Newsies.
Or Newsies. They don't offer, even Broadway HD, which we have, doesn't really have any new shows.
Mm-mm. It's a lot of revivals.
Yeah.
And the thing is I don't feel guilty because we have a Broadway HD subscription, which companies pay for their shows to be on there. I try to buy soundtracks all the time on iTunes. Not as much anymore because I pay for a Spotify subscription. But, I own Hamilton, Legally Blonde, Newsies, Dear Evan Hansen, all on, I try to buy things as much as I can, to try to counteract the fact that I watch a lot of bootlegs.
Yeah. I don't buy the CDs just because I don't actually have a CD player, now that I think about it. I do have my Spotify subscription, and I do actually own Dear Evan Hansen, Hamilton, Waitress, and I think 2 others on vinyl.
Oh, cool.
So I spend a lot of money on merch every time I go to a show.
Me too.
So I definitely am spending my money on these shows as much as I can.
And I totally understand where Lynn is coming from, especially as, for those of you that don't know, he's very against bootlegs. He doesn't like when people record his stuff, understandably. I think that it can be very distracting for the people around you. And that's why I think that companies should release more stuff. I think I understand where he's coming from because how many times am I going to say in one sentence? because, it's his livelihood. It's the money that he makes. It's all of these things, but I want him to release the recording that he did with the original cast, where they literally recorded it like they did with Newsies, where it's the stage production, but they record it. Like, I wish that shows that didn't get a long run on Broadway, like Be More Chill, like The Prom, I wish that they would record them, because I would buy a copy.
That's my whole thing, is that if okay, maybe not Hamilton, because I understand.
Hamilton's still making money.
Hamilton's still making an obscene amount of money. It's still on tour. But for shows like Be More Chill or The Prom or King Kong or Next to Normal, who had really short runs on Broadway, but people still liked, and maybe people around the country really liked and bought albums and were very into it, that couldn't make it out to New York. Be More Chill's closing today. I would say in like a month they should drop the recording of the show.
Yeah, I wish they did a recording, because we would know.
But they don't.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, and that's why the bootleg community is so big. That's why bootlegs are all over the place and are a really real thing when it comes to Broadway shows. And I do watch bootlegs, because there's no way of me seeing the show otherwise, or if, like with Hamilton, that I've seen it, I've already kind of given them the money and I want to watch it again.
Yeah, and I think
then I watch a bootleg.
one of the like concerns I feel like producers and writers have is that if they start doing stuff like that, then no one is gonna go to the theater, which I do not think. The people that go to see shows go because it's theater. Like, they go to experience it in real life. I have watched most of a Dear Evan Hansen bootleg with the original cast, and I still prefer when I saw it on tour. I still would much rather go see it live. I wish that they would do like Kickstarters or something, because I would put so much money into them doing quote unquote professional bootlegs. Like, obviously, that's a double entendre.
No, just what they did with Newsies, a live recording of the actual show. Right. Yeah, I mean, we talk about this a lot. The live theater experience is definitely one of the main reasons we love Broadway and musical theater so much, is actually being there and actually seeing it live. But again, like, I feel like they're just cornering their market, and they're just like, they're setting themselves up to have all of these shows that have short runs, and then that's it. They just stop making money because the show's over. Yeah, and I hate to keep bringing it back to Be More Chill, but when you think of the story of Be More Chill, about how there was this whole resurgence in 2017 where all of these kids found the soundtrack online and literally made it viral. Like, all of the kids in the theater community was listening to it. I only know this because of an interview with Will Rowland, because I am not a teenager, so I was not a part of this. But there was this whole resurgence where all of a sudden, Joe Iconis and George Salazar, where they were being tagged in all of these fan art of the show that they had closed 2 years prior. Yeah. And I think, that's what got them on Broadway, was because of these kids that found the soundtrack and fell in love with it. And so they got an off-Broadway show. And then those kids kept showing up. And so that's what got them on Broadway. Yeah. And but then the thing about that is that this is a show that is definitely geared and meant for high school kids and young adults. And those are not people that are like, hey, I'm gonna fly to New York and see a show. Right. And so I think that I understand the mentality of no bootlegs, because of, obviously the whole thing about theater is you want to tell a story, but also the producers want to make money. And I get that. I think that they need to grow with the times of, your show could make so much more money if you got it to wider audiences. The reason Be More Chill became popular is because someone found a bootleg and was sharing it all over Tumblr. Yeah. That is what got that show to Broadway in general. They weren't even off Broadway. They were in New Jersey. That's what got that show off Broadway, then on Broadway, is this little bootleg that someone took of them 2 years prior. And then all of these kids became obsessed with such a good story, and that's what made it popular. And I think that if people take that story of someone finding a recording and getting it to Broadway and be like,
oh, what we should do is we should put this in our own hands and not make it an illegal thing where someone recorded it, because it is illegal. You're literally stealing.
Yeah.
But if they just put it, if they just took it into their own hands and recorded it and released it, so many more people would find their show and just be more into it. A lot of the theater community is online now.
Yeah. I mean, most of the world is online right now. Like,
right.
Even if they just make Broadway HD more than what it is, like they could, because Broadway HD is what, like $7 a month?
Yeah, 7 or 8.
I would gladly pay $15 a month if it was worth it. You know, if they were putting contemporary shows, if they were putting shows that had just gotten taken off Broadway, if they were putting all of these things, and they don't give it any love. They don't really, like, you know, there's like Cats and I don't even know what else is on
Falsettos
there.
Falsettos is on there. That was the one Falsettos and Kinky Boots are the reason I wanted the subscription.
And I mean, it's great for like you and me, but I don't think they're bringing in any new audience with it at all. Even
if you look at Shrek is on Netflix and has a recording of it on Netflix with Sutton Foster. And like that recording is where most people find Shrek the Musical, which is a great show.
Yeah, it is.
And because I don't want them to be made into movies. I don't want the Hollywood touch to it. I would still want them to be treated with as much care that they get on the stage. I want to be able to look at it and dissect it. And, you know, as a musical theater teacher, I want to be able to show some of these to my kids so that they can see, like, this is what we're trying to portray, you know? Like, it's a good learning tool.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It just frustrates me so much. I just wish that the producers would get it.
They don't. And
I mean, it's all old men.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like they think that the end-all be-all is just selling the rights to Hollywood. Yeah. And it's not. Mm-mm. And as much as I'm super excited for, like, In the Heights the movie and not so much Cats the movie, but, I mean, it's happening.
West Side Story.
West Side Story looks great, you know. I agree with you. Like, there's something to be said about being able to see it on stage, and whether that's a recording or whether that's, you know, whatever it is. I think that all musicals deserve the Newsies treatment.
Absolutely.
And I feel like we would be able to, I guess, legally review so many more things just because we would have access to them. And it wouldn't just be like, oh, well, we listened to the cast album. And while listening to the cast album is great, it's definitely how I've fallen in love with a bunch of shows. It's not the same. It just isn't the same.
And even watching Newsies isn't the same.
Oh, no.
Like, I just wish there could be, like, a meeting. We can just be like, hey, Broadway producers, have a meeting with us. Thank you. And then we sit them all in a room, and then we're just like, listen. I would pay $50 per recording. Honestly, $50 per recording if what they're worried about is money. Because that doesn't seem like a lot to me to have a recording of a show that I love.
Yeah. I don't know.
And also they would continue to make money even when the show's closed.
Exactly. That's my whole thing, is that if their whole thing is money, which obviously it is, again, they're limiting their audience. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that musical theater fans aren't going to be like, oh, well, I have a recording of this, so I'm not going to see it live. Like, musical theater fans, if they have the opportunity to see a show live, they will.
Right. Like, I love the movie The Last 5 Years. I think it's a great movie, and that is a good show to be made into a movie. Like, I thought it was very seamless in that way.
I agree.
I know it already is a movie, but it's a stupid movie. I do not think Newsies would have done as well if it were not for it being a stage recording. Simply because, I don't know. The first movie wasn't that good, and that's why they made it into a better musical.
Okay, well, we're not here to talk about movie musicals because that's a topic for a different episode.
No, I know. But I was just saying that, like, I think some can get the Hollywood treatment, but most cannot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously there have been great successes. You have, like, Chicago and Dreamgirls who have won Academy Awards. Mm-hmm. And then you have others that are not as successful at all. But that's not even the point. Right. The point isn't, you know, oh, we're going to make a movie, because then half the time they don't really hire Broadway actors. They hire Hollywood actors who can, quote unquote, sing. And it's just like, why not showcase the actors who have worked their butts off to make this production what it is in a way that everyone can enjoy, everyone can partake in, not just the city of New York or people who live surrounding the city of New York. I don't know. I watch bootlegs. I'm sorry about it, but I do. You know, I live really...
We're not going to tell you our sources where we get them.
Oh, absolutely not. I am not throwing anyone under the bus. FBI, if you're listening, come get me. You know, I just... I wish I didn't have to, but it's to a point where I haven't seen Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde is on tour, I believe, or was on tour. And that's another stage recording. That's a good one. Oh, that one's like an actual legal recording?
Yeah, MTV aired it in 2007.
Oh.
It's very good. It's on YouTube. And MTV hasn't taken it down.
Well, that's good. Well, there you go. Like, why can't they just do that for all of the things?
Right. I think that MTV and Disney were like, hey, this is a great way for us to continue to make money. I mean, there was a whole resurgence of fans. I'm going to keep bringing up Newsies because it was a perfect situation. There was a whole resurgence of fans that once they had that movie theater release where they showed the movie, like, that's where I found Newsies. And now I buy all the things.
Yeah. You say Disney, but then they have so many other shows that have come and gone. And, you know, I would love a recording of Tarzan.
Yeah, but that's already a movie. I think that...
No. I'm talking about, like, Tarzan, the Broadway show.
Oh, yeah.
Beauty and the Beast isn't really too popular anymore. The show, that is. I don't know. They seem to pick and choose what they do, and I think that it's not fair. And that's why I watch bootlegs. I watch bootlegs because I have to, not because I want to.
I mean, also I want to because I like to watch the original cast sometimes. Or other casts.
Well, yeah, that too.
I definitely have seen a couple recordings of Javier Munoz just because I just wanted to see him play Hamilton. Like, I didn't care about the rest of the cast. I mean, I did, but not really. I just wanted to see him be Hamilton.
Oh, I've definitely seen an original Broadway cast recording of Hamilton. Not sorry about it. I'm not sorry about it. Just like I've seen a couple recordings of, like, the original Broadway cast album of In the Heights, or not album, but recording of the original Broadway cast of In the Heights. And, you know, it's something that I didn't discover In the Heights until after it was, like, off Broadway already. Like, after it had been taken off, that it was on tour, and it came to Miami, and I was like, how did I never hear about this? And, you know, and then at what point am I like, okay, well, it came to my city once, I guess that's it. That's the only time I'm ever going to see it in a, you know, professional production, because everybody covers In the Heights in Miami, so I've actually been able to see it, like, 5 or 6 times. But they're all, like, super small productions, and as lovely as they are, I've loved every single one of them. You know, there's something about seeing a full production that is completely different.
Oh, yeah, and also, I will never get to see In the Heights where I live.
Nope, you will not.
Right? So, like...
Oh my God, I just, like, imagine...
Well, it's illegal. They're not allowed to do it.
Huh?
There are some shows that are not allowed to be up here.
Oh, yeah?
Just because of we do not have the actors, and that would be bad.
Okay, cool. Scratch that then.
Like the company I did my internship at, they had done Hairspray a couple years before, and they literally had to audition in New York City and bring people from New York City because everyone here is white. And you cannot do Hairspray with just white people.
Yeah, no, that's not how that show works.
No.
Yeah, no, you guys can't do In the Heights.
I could see productions of, obviously, a ton of shows because it's mostly white people, but I would never get to experience shows like In the Heights, shows like Hamilton, shows like Hairspray. I mean, Hairspray, there's a movie, but it's whatever. You know, like, I would never get to experience those shows because I live in a community that those people don't live here.
Yeah.
As much.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, so I guess what we're trying to say is that we need more musicals in our lives. Which no one's surprised by this.
But I would pay a lot of money for a really good Broadway HD.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't mind paying money if it was, like, as good as Netflix or as good as Hulu or, you know, just not what it is now. And this is not me bashing Broadway HD because since we've gotten it, I've watched, like, 4 or 5 things and, like, love it. I love that I've been able to watch shows that are legal in a legal way. But at the same time, there's nothing from like this decade in there.
Right. It's all like classics, which is fine. Just falsettos.
Oh yeah,
listen,
falsettos.
My boy, two of my boys are in that show. I
haven't watched falsettos.
Me either.
I got Broadway HD to watch falsettos. Haven't watched falsettos.
But listen, it needs to be a day. Maybe I'll do that today. It needs to be a day where I can just sit in my bed and cry. Because I know it's sad. I don't know why it's sad. I know nothing about the show other than it's about gay men, and Christian Borle and Andrew Rannells are in it, and I love them. Another one, Book of Mormon. I've seen so many bootlegs of that because before it came to my city, I didn't know what it was. I mean, I knew what it was about, but I only knew this soundtrack.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to something more fun now that I'm all riled up.
I'm sorry.
Unless you have more to say.
I haven't been, like, consuming any sort of Broadway media because all I do now is listen to The Adventure Zone, and it's all your fault.
You probably said that so that we would take that out, but I really just want to say to our listeners, if you have not listened to The Adventure Zone, just listen to it. It's a D&D podcast. It doesn't matter. It's amazing.
I wasn't saying it because I was going to edit it out. I was saying it because this is my excuse for not consuming any Broadway content in the last like 2 weeks, in which I've listened to like 50 hours of The Adventure Zone.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a 1 minute pitch. You ready? Hold on, I gotta wait until my timer gets to 1 minute. You're leaving this in. Because I'm riled up. Okay.
All right, go.
So The Adventure Zone is by these guys called the McElroys. Listen, they are perfect. I'm very new to this whole McElroy thing. They're like the gods of podcast. They're amazing. I know this isn't news. They've been doing it for like 10 years. It's fine, okay? But I'm new to it. And so they do this podcast where they play D&D, and it is perfect. And you all of you, everyone listening, go listen to it. Okay, that was it. I only said it for 30 seconds. Look at that.
Okay, so to tie in what we're talking about, they're definitely musical theater fans, and there's a lot of musical theater jokes that are thrown in there, so I'm not even mad about it.
Feed me, Seymour!
Oh my god.
But yeah, go listen to that. It's why I'm obsessed with role-playing games all of a sudden.
All of a sudden?
I mean, since April.
Okay.
That's when I started listening to it.
Yeah. Anyway, what else are we talking about?
Sorry, that was a side tangent, but I needed to talk, because bootlegs make me so angry, because the producers just don't get it, that I just get so mad, and I didn't think I was going to get this mad. And then I was like, what's something that brings me joy? And then you brought up The Adventure Zone, and I was like, perfect. Now we're good.
But now I'm mad again about bootlegs. Like, I don't want to watch them illegally. Just like I don't want to watch movies illegally, which I don't, because there's so many different platforms in which I can spend money and rent a freaking movie on Amazon or on iTunes for $4, $5.
And I
do. And I pay the money for it because it's accessible to me.
Or even if it was like a renting platform where they were like, hey, here's all these musicals, you can rent them. Even, guys, I literally would pay $10. I would be like, hey, I'll pay $10. And I know the FBI agents are listening right now and they're taking all of my information, and that's fine. Listen, I would pay $10. If they were like, you can watch Hamilton right now for $10, even if it's just a rent, I'd be like, all right, here you go.
I wonder if the FBI agent listening to this is the same one that reads our text messages.
Hi, Oliver.
Hi. Yes, we've named our FBI agent that we assume reads all of our text messages. His name is Oliver.
Yeah. I hope he's listening. I hope he's laughing and enjoying himself and just smiling and being awesome.
You're great, Oliver. Keep doing what you do. Oh my god.
But yeah, if there was like an iTunes thing where I could just go onto iTunes and they're like, hey, do you want to watch Be More Chill? I'd be like, yes, I do. It'd be like, okay, give us $10. I'd be like, here you go, Joe Iconis. Enjoy my $10. I want to watch your show.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that if it were accessible to us, if it were accessible to people, I don't think the bootleg epidemic, I guess, would be as bad as it is. Mm-hmm. And I understand that regardless, people are always going to do illegal things, and you're never going to stop it 100%.
Right.
But I feel like less people would watch it if Broadway HD was more like a Netflix or a Hulu, or even like you said, a renting service where we can pay $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 to watch a show like once. Like, that's completely fine with me. But they just like kind of refuse to evolve, and it's so upsetting because I feel like Broadway fans are getting younger and younger, and
yeah, they are.
It's not this like stuffy thing anymore where you like have to be like 60 years old to enjoy theater, and they just don't seem to realize that or really care.
Right. Let's do something fun.
Okay. All right. So we have some friends who have a podcast. Surprise.
They're pretty great. All of our friends have podcasts.
Okay, so two of our friends, Rachel and Katrina, host Perspective Z.
Your favorite generational podcast.
There you go. Which is a podcast where they just are Gen Zers, and that's it. They're awesome and hilarious and adorable, and we love them so much. And they just celebrated their 1-year anniversary of having their podcast. So congratulations, ladies. And kind of to commemorate that, we are going to do a couple of BuzzFeed quizzes.
Because they always do a BuzzFeed quiz.
They always do at least one.
Yeah.
So we picked out a couple of BuzzFeed quizzes that are musical theater related.
Yeah.
So which one do you want to start with, Becca?
I'm going to do the Rent one.
The Rent one. Oh, that Rent one.
The cast of Rent Live took our Which Famous Musical Are You quiz, and now you can too. Woo! And why do I want to take this, Eni? Because I just want to look at this gif of Jordan Fisher just being awesome.
Jordan Fisher. Makes me so sad.
Okay. You ready?
No. Okay, go. What's your first question?
Choose a TV musical adaptation you can't get enough of. Grease Live, The Sound of Music Live, Jesus Christ Superstar, The Wiz Live, Hairspray Live, or The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay. I'm choosing Grease.
Why am I such an indecisive person?
You love Jesus Christ Superstar.
I do, but Jordan Fisher was in Grease. The Wiz was also really, really good. Hairspray was okay. Sound of Music was terrible. Rocky Horror wasn't live. So that's cheating. Oh, well, it doesn't say live. I'm going to go Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay, I picked Grease.
What would be the best part about performing on Broadway? The energy, the respect, the glowing reviews, the applause, working with talented co-stars, or the opportunity?
The energy.
I'm going to go with the opportunity.
Choose a vacation destination in between gigs. New York City, Chicago, Cape Town, England, Berlin, or none. There's no place like home. Okay, well, this one... If I'm on Broadway, why would I vacation in New York City? I'm on Broadway. I live in New York City.
Okay.
I'm going to choose Chicago.
I'm going to go England, even though it's really far. Choose a yet-to-be-made musical adaptation of a classic movie to be your star vehicle.
The first one I'm choosing.
Hercules, Mrs. Doubtfire, 16 Candles, Fight Club, 8 Mile, or Pulp Fiction.
Hercules. I want this to be a Broadway show so bad.
Aren't they working on that already?
They've been working on a million things for years. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're... Actually, I think it's Hunchback that they're working on right now. That's off Broadway.
Finally, choose a bouquet of flowers.
Wait, I haven't even picked one yet.
Oh, gosh darn. Sorry, you're slow.
I'm gonna go 16 Candles.
I've never seen that. I haven't seen 8 Mile, Fight Club, 16 Candles. I've seen Hercules, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Pulp Fiction.
I've seen all 6 of these movies. Multiple times.
Well, you're better than I am.
Like, multiple times.
Finally, choose a bouquet of flowers you'll want to receive after performance. I'm not describing these, but I'm going to pick the only one with purple flowers in it.
I am going to choose the only one that has... Nope, I lied. I'm going to pick the peonies, which are the pink ones.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got Book of Mormon.
That's a good one.
It says you're easily likable and always see the good in everyone. You have relentless faith in the good. Oh my god, I'm going to start crying. You stupid BuzzFeed. You have relentless faith in the good of the world and a sense of humor to boot.
Aww. I got Chicago. I know. One of your faves. There's no doubt you have an edge to you, which is why so many people are drawn to your seductive presence. That's so not true. Though you struggle with relationship, you're darn gorgeous and you know it. Oh, I mean, I am darn gorgeous and I know it, but like, I am the least like Chicago.
Oh my god, I kind of like love my thing. I think I'm gonna tweet it.
You're so cute.
Actually, no, because then... Never mind. I forgot how podcasts work. Okay. I love mine.
So
Aw, Book of Mormon. The show's so good. Okay, so you picked... I think I'm gonna go... the songs you pick will reveal how far you'll make it on Broadway.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh God. Okay, you can start.
Pick the best song from Wicked. For Good, Defying Gravity, The Wizard and I, or Popular. I'm gonna do For Good. The next one's gonna kill you, so you better hurry up and just get the Wicked one over with.
Okay, I'm gonna go The Wizard and I.
Okay. That's so funny. God. I'm not a huge fan of it. I know. I saw the next one and I was like, oh crap.
Pick the best song from Hamilton. Burn, Alexander Hamilton, My Shot, and Satisfied. Okay,
My Shot.
Since Wait For It is not on this list, Satisfied is my favorite song from there. So
my favorite is My Shot because I remember driving home from the studio one day and I realized I knew every single word in My Shot and I was like, oh, I am the biggest rap god. And so My Shot will always be my favorite.
Absolutely not. I know all of the words to all 4 of these songs.
Well, whatever.
Sorry. Oh my God, why is this getting harder?
Pick the best song from Waitress.
Okay, She Used to Be Mine. She Used to Be Mine. I'm sorry.
Well, it is, but I gotta read the other ones. Okay. I'm also picking She Used to Be Mine. Bad Idea, What Bacon Can Do, Never Getting Rid of Me, and She Used to Be Mine.
She Used to Be Mine.
Obviously.
Pick the best song from West Side Story. Tonight, A Boy Like That, I Feel Pretty, or America.
America.
Ooh.
I cannot wait for that performance.
I am also going to pick America.
It's a good one.
Ooh, go.
Ooh, yeah. Pick the best song from Les Miserables.
So proud.
Empty Chairs and Empty Tables, One Day More, Look Down, I Dreamed a Dream. Empty Chairs is my jam. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on.
So I'm in between Empty Chairs and One Day More, just because, like, are you done?
Go ahead.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go One Day More.
It's a good one.
Okay. Oh my
they're
God,
all pretty good.
Why is this getting so difficult? Pick the
it's
best
all your
song.
favorite shows.
I know. Pick the best song from Rent. I'll Cover You, Light My Candle, La Vie Boheme, or Tango Marine.
La Vie Boheme, duh.
Okay, so Christy's clearly not listening, so I am going to pick the Tango Marine. So the thing is, like, okay, so let me explain. Chrissy and I both love I'll Cover You. And while I love that song, I don't think it's the best song. La Vie Boheme is definitely amazing. But the Tango Marine is, like, for me, super hilarious and super awesome. So I'm going with Tango Marine.
Okay, now pick the best song from Hairspray.
Oh.
I Can Hear the Bells.
No.
You Can't Stop the Beat, Run Until That, or Good Morning Baltimore. I almost said Good Morning America. It's definitely Good Morning Baltimore. Good Morning Baltimore. I definitely peaked during that. Sorry, editing Eni.
It's fine.
Good morning, Baltimore. Boom, boom.
And then you smack the table, because that's going to make editing easier. I think I'm going to go...
You can't stop the beat, and this is the first on the line.
I'm going to go Run and Tell That, because I love all of these songs. Actually, I don't love I Can Hear the Bells. I don't love that song at all.
I just like when she goes, I can hear the bells.
Yeah, I don't. Like, at all. I don't like that at all. Oh, this should be so easy for you. Pick the best song from Hello Dolly. Put on your Sunday clothes, Hello Dolly, Penny in My Pocket, or It Takes a Woman.
Obviously, Hello Dolly.
Because that's the only song you know?
Wow, that was such shade. I was trying to push past that, Edie. But yes, that is why.
I'm gonna go Put on Your Sunday Clothes.
Sorry, I just saw the next one.
Because I love Wally.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Becca, go ahead.
Pick the best song from Newsies. Santa Fe, Seize the Day, Carrying the Banner, Watch What Happens.
What'd you pick? Did you pick Carrying the Banner?
Mm-mm.
Did you pick Santa Fe?
Are you just gonna guess them all? I haven't decided yet.
Oh, I picked already. I picked Santa Fe. I got an answer, so hurry up.
Okay, so we have to think about... I'm not gonna pick Seize the Day or Carrying the Banner because I taught Seize the Day this year, and so I've listened to it a lot. It's fine.
It's fine.
Carrying the Banner is one of my favorites.
I know, that's why I was like, what?
Yeah. I just love Carrying the Banner because you know me. I love ensemble numbers, and that is like the most ensemble-y ensemble number of all time. But both Santa Fe and Watch What Happens are the songs I sing by myself and perform to my stuffed animals. So, Watch What Happens.
I picked Santa Fe.
Wow, this sucks.
What did you get?
I mean, it doesn't suck. Understudies are like big part of the community.
Oh, cool.
And, like,
I got an understudy too.
Okay.
What does it say?
Let me backtrack with that. I think understudies are very important people in the theater community. Some of my favorite people that I follow on Instagram are understudies, like Roman Banks, that he understudies literally all three of the guys in Dear Evan Hansen.
He's awesome. I love him so much.
Incredible.
He's so much fun to watch on Instagram.
I love him. So I definitely think I have nothing against understudies. There's a reason I didn't go into theater.
I mean, you're taking a BuzzFeed quiz. You wanted to tell you that you're going to be like the star of the show. I get it.
Right.
All right, so what does the little blurb say?
Well, there's a typo one at BuzzFeed.
Wow, BuzzFeed.
The director loved you for the part, but they had promised it to a famous actor who just finally finished filming her last blockbuster hit. Lucky for you, they offered you the role of the understudy, so you'll still get to hit the stage sometimes. This is not... Okay, now I feel extra bad because this is not a nice blurb about understudies.
Not at all. Like, what the hell?
Literally... My favorite Broadway actor, one of them, Ben Levi Ross, he literally started as an understudy. Like, he made his Broadway debut taking over for someone because he was the understudy. So, like, there's nothing wrong with being an understudy. And this was mean, BuzzFeed, and I don't appreciate it. And I'm sorry, I perpetuated that narrative.
Thumbs down, BuzzFeed. On that note, we're not going to take another BuzzFeed quiz.
Nope.
We're going to take a Playbill quiz.
Playbill will never be mean to understudies.
Right? All right. So our last quiz that we're going to do right now is from Playbill.com. It's which iconic Broadway duo are you and your BFF? Let's see how well this works.
Okay, but we have to agree.
I mean, obviously.
Okay. How would you best describe your relationship with your best friend? Loyal throughout our crazy adventures. I mean, we haven't met yet, but it's fine. Frenemies turned besties. We're misfits and don't apologize for it. Everyone wants to be us. Or my best friend is my rock and they keep me grounded.
Ooh.
I like the Misfits one.
I'm in between. Yeah, I think that one is definitely.
What was the other one?
The last one.
Oh, well, you're gonna make me cry, but it's fine.
There will be no crying. All right, we're misfits and we don't apologize for it.
It's true. Oh my god, the picture is of Elder Cunningham and Elder Price, the next one. Anyway.
How would your best friend finish this phrase? We'll always be bosom buddies, flying high, living la vie boheme, one jump ahead. Or here for each other.
I want to choose one jump ahead.
I know you do. That's why I laughed. All right, that's fine.
Well, because it's like Disney and Broadway.
I know. It's fine. We won't talk about it.
It's the Broadway.
All right.
But also, listen. When you see Aladdin...
with you.
Listen, when you see Aladdin, the performance, I know you don't like Mina. I love him. But when you see it, whoever the Aladdin is, because I've seen videos of him, because bootleg, and also I saw the Broadway one live. But whenever you see that performance of One Jump is so good. But anyway.
Okay. So I'm content with picking One Jump Ahead.
Okay. On a typical Friday night, you and your bestie are... We're struggling artists. We can't afford to go out, so jamming at home. Getting ready to charm all the boys at our fabulous soiree. We're going to bed. It's late. Begrudgingly doing each other's hair and talking about boys. Or dreaming big and supporting each other and pursuing what we want.
Definitely the last one.
Yeah. We're literally doing our dream together right now.
Right. I'm not gonna cry. I need you to stop.
I have to take off my glasses. Oh, the next picture too.
Aww. God, I love Brand. Okay. If you were forced to choose a karaoke song to sing together, what would it be? Jesus Loves Me with Killer Harmony. King of Wishful Thinking by Go West. Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar. Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. Or Don't Stop Believin' by Journey.
Can it be the Glee version of Don't Stop Believin'?
I was about to say, I feel like it needs to be the Glee version of Don't Stop Believin'.
Da, 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 da.
Oh my god, we're such nerds. Okay, yes. Aww. Don't Stop Believin'.
Aww. It's Aladdin and the Genie.
Aww, that's cute.
What's your favorite method of travel? We fly. Well, we are fly. With an entourage fit for a parade.
No social anxiety?
Yeah, literally. On foot is the cheapest way. In style. Whatever is environmentally safe. I mean, to see each other, we have to fly.
Yeah, I feel like fly has to be the answer.
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh, we're so cute.
All right, so
who's who, though?
What?
Who's who?
Oh, I don't. We're not going to discuss that on air. It's fine. We got Aladdin and Genie from Aladdin. It says, marching to the beat of your own drum, you lead lives of adventure. Sometimes your significant other gets jealous of your time together, but that's okay. You have the best of both worlds and you know it.
Aww.
Read the next one.
Oh, I was looking at the picture of Aladdin and Genie. Oh, God.
The next paragraph.
You are always each other's wingman, no matter what the circumstance. Whether charming the ladies or dodging trouble, you never have to worry because your best buddy is beside you. Oh.
Read the last sentence.
I'm going. Plus you help make each other's dreams come true.
Okay, well, I didn't mean for this to get emotional, but
I know, we literally started this screaming at Broadway producers.
And somehow we're crying about Aladdin and Genie.
It's fine.
I'm totally Genie, by the way.
That's fine. Okay, why am I always the hero?
Because that's how
I'm literally crying. I'm literally crying.
It's gonna be okay.
It's fine.
Well, on that note.
Can we end now?
So yeah, this was kind of an all over the place episode. We kind of wanted to just sit back and have a good time, not really stress too much about what we were going to talk about. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can follow the podcast on Instagram and Twitter at SincerelyUsPod. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _EenieMeenie. That's INYMEENY.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca Eddows, BECCAEDDOWS. Our beautiful, perfect, lovely icon logo thing is made by Synergetic Art on Twitter. Y'all should go follow her. She's great. And since we spent the first half of this episode disagreeing with Lin-Manuel Miranda, here's a great Lin-Manuel Miranda quote. You are perfectly cast in your life.
Sincerely us. Oh my god, I hate that quote so much. I hate you. I'm sorry. Okay.
You have to say sincerely us.
I know. I'm going.
Do you want me to redo it?
No, it's fine. Because I just wasn't expecting that one. Fuck. Okay.